welcome to Talks with Top Babes. It's me, Angelique. I am your host. I am from Chicago, but I live in Miami now. I am Gambian, which I know a lot of y'all ain't never met a Gambian, so if I'm your first, welcome. We are great over here. I think I added her. Okay, there we go.
I'm like,
Praying.
I'm like trying to prep.
Hi, mommy. How are you?
Hi, Angelique. I'm tired, to be honest, but I'm good.
Okay.
Got new lashes on.
Period.
You don't even see it. I'm good.
All right. Tell the people a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mummypraise. I'm 24 years old. I'm Nigerian from the Igbo tribe, and I am a returning top babe. So I'm really just excited to see what this season has to offer, to see what I have to offer y'all, to see what the cameras catch and don't catch this time. So yeah.
All right. So we'll just hop straight into it then. Couple of questions that I have for you. These are not the audience members' questions, but this is more something that I feel like we need to know, you know?
Okay.
So, what was your favorite part about season 1? What would you say?
My favorite part about season 1 was all the challenges that happen every day.
Mm.
I think I learned a little something about everybody, but also a little bit about myself with each challenge, just about like how we attack problems, how we get along, how we don't get along. So my favorite part was still like having something to do or look forward to every time that we woke up. And it wasn't just like, I mean, I have no problems with just chilling and hanging out, but we actually had a purpose to the day. So I enjoyed that.
What would you say was your favorite challenge or like activity?
Ooh, probably the boxing one.
I had a feeling you was gonna say that.
Wait,
Okay.
the boxing one, even though it wasn't like the best, even though I didn't win or know what I was doing, it was still a lot of fun and like
Mm-hmm.
interactive and physical. So I enjoyed that. And I don't know, like I would have never thought to go to a boxing class on my own. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
there, it's cool, but like, yeah, I was glad.
Nice. All right. So why did you decide to come back for season 2? Because obviously you didn't have to. We're glad you did, but like,
Thank you.
why?
Thank you. Thank you. A bunch of different reasons, but I think the main one for me was more, I'll be honest, I enjoyed the clout. I enjoyed getting recognized.
Okay, period. That is always like a little perk, you know.
I enjoyed getting recognized. I like because I wouldn't say it's fame, but just being like, oh, you're on the show, that's so
Mm-hmm.
cool. And also like having an icebreaker to talk about when I'm at parties or when I'm at events and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be honest, I do enjoy a little bit of attention. So when the thing came out, I was like, okay, I'll return. And then also I'd heard from one of the EPs that this season was like a different direction. And I was like really interested to see like what that means.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, why not?
Why
I'm
not?
back.
Period. Okay. Is there anyone from last season that you expected to see?
Yeah, I was expecting to see Aquafina, mostly
Okay.
because I know she was like a fan favorite, and obviously like her music was good on the show as well. Um, yeah, I was just kind of, if I had to think about okay, who would be on the show or who people would bring back, I assume that she'd be one of them.
Okay. So you were a little shocked to see that she wasn't part of this season cast.
Yeah, we'll go with shocked. I don't know if shocked was like the thing, but I'm like, oh,
Well, what's a
okay.
better adjective? What would you choose if not shocked?
What's like a lighthearted form of disappointment? Because
Oh,
I was like,
you
no,
were
because
low
I
key
thought it would be
disappointed?
I thought it would be fun. It would bring more like people to the show if she did come back. So when she did, I'm like, okay, I guess we'll see how this one works out. Not to say that she brought the entire like essence to the show, but like it was
Mm-hmm.
just more so like, okay,
Oh, speak
let me
of the
see
devil. You literally spoke her into existence.
see what happens. Let me just speak.
Okay, so she's the only one who you were kind of expecting to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of had a feeling that Yaya would come back at some point, so
Okay.
that's for sure.
All right. Is there anyone that you're happy didn't return? Like out of the girls who are obviously not back. Is there anyone you're like, oh yes, thank God I was not trying to see that out?
I'm screaming. No, and this isn't because like, oh, I'm trying to avoid drama. There's genuinely no one on the show that I'm like, oh, I never want to see again, never want to go
Right.
back. And like it is what it is. Things happen how they happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not holding it against them.
Okay. Um, Is there anyone that you feel doesn't fit the cast for this season? So, out of all the girls, I know some of you all, the cast, you don't know. We have Mummy, Yaya, they're both returners, so they were on season one. We have Becca, Diamond, Zainab, and
I
I'm
think
missing
that's
someone.
this.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Chi Chi. Chi
Chi,
Chi.
yes. All right. So, is there anyone who you feel like doesn't really fit the overall vibe of the group?
I think everyone does. I do think that first day that we had like the photo shoot, we went for promo. Becca
Mhm.
did have sort of low energy, but I'm not holding that against her because I know I had low energy at the auditions for last season. Bro, everyone was in the comments like, she didn't even say anything. I'm like, look, you got it, you got it. But yeah, I think she still has the potential to fit. I don't feel like I know enough about her or Z to really get into whether they are a top babe or not.
Right.
But off first appearances, I think we all got it.
Okay. Nice. All right, so these are a couple questions from the audience. Um, so this one, all right, let me read this one. So this person said, when I watched last season's reunion, I recall the voting results show that Mummypraise had the least votes for who should come back for season two. So why did y'all bring her back for season two? Oh, not the balloons. Okay.
Celebration for what?
So for whoever dropped that comment slash question, I just want to say you should probably do your research and fact check because Mummy was not last. She was fourth. Yes.
Four, four is far from last. I still had three
Okay,
other
four
people
is
you had
far
to go
from
through. Three
four
or
is
four
far
other
from
people you
eight.
had to go through. Number one.
Literally.
Number
So, but
two, like, I mean, that's more of a question for producers, I guess. But I mean,
well,
if I had to answer,
let me ask the question for you.
for
So
sure.
our question for you is how do you feel about the fact that some viewers were surprised to see you back? That's what you can answer.
I mean, it really is something I had to take with a grain of salt. Like the first time I saw that question on the story, I was like, okay, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings like this much.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who's like, oh, I should love myself, I don't care about anyone else's things, some things still kind of get to you. But I think it's just taking it in with a grain of salt because, like, one, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, which is whatever, because not everybody's my cup of tea. I don't like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then secondly, whoever wrote that was a hater. So it's like, you're mad you're either not on the show or your friend's not on the show or you just want to start some shit and you could do that, but you're playing with yourself because I'm
Mm-hmm.
back on here for a reason. So honestly, I
No.
could care less.
Good answer. Good answer.
Thank you.
Another question from the audience. Someone said, "Are you gonna keep the same laid back energy in the house as last season, or do you think you're gonna pop off on someone?"
I think I think I'm gonna try to keep the same laid back energy because that's
Mm-hmm.
my default. I feel like that's who I am or who I can be. But I, especially watching back on the show, there are a lot of moments where I'm like, oh, I could have said something, or oh, I could have chilled here, or oh, I could have really
Mm-hmm.
like talked my shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this season there's more potential for me to pop off. I'll be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Like at this point, I'm gonna say whatever I feel like I need to say, however my feelings are, what my opinions are, and still be like mindful of other people's feelings, but at the same time, like you got to be you at the end of the day. So to answer the question shortly, I do feel like I am gonna pop off, but I'm not. I don't have a specific reason. I'm not like, oh, this girl, she's da da da. I'm about to
Right.
pop off on her. It's just
Right.
very much like I'm coming in with a lot less restraint.
Hmm.
If that works.
Okay. Interesting. Another question. Someone said, "Have you gotten cool with Yaya since the last season ended?" So, can you tell us a little bit about y'all dynamic? Because obviously, we saw what we saw via the cameras, but we don't know what was really going on. So, maybe tell us a little bit about like what last season was like for you and Yaya, and then you can answer the question.
Yeah. Um, last season, me and her never had anything like no beef specifically between us. It was
Mm-hmm.
just more of the type of energy where I did not like the way she moved. And the more like we were in the house, the more like I saw the difference between her on camera and her like off camera. So it was kind of hard to balance that dynamic because it's like obviously when the cameras are on, you want to do a little something to pop off. But at the same time, it felt like for a lot of the season or a lot of that week, she was in La La Land. And I don't know why it made me so mad, but it did. And then especially when it started to like affect my roommate Aisha
Mm-hmm.
or Ish, it was just kind of hard to watch because it's like, why are you doing this right
Mm-hmm.
now? you know. So, but to answer the second question, our dynamic right now, honestly, we don't talk to each other. We don't hang in the same spaces. And I don't think it's anything like, oh, it's going to pop off on site. There's beef between the both of us. But like,
Mm-hmm.
even when we were all at the club, she was like, oh, where's the bathroom? And I was like, oh, it's over there.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I'm still like,
Right.
I guess that's
Cordial.
what I'm still cordial. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we're still people. You need to find the bathroom. It's right over there.
Mm-hmm.
But we have nothing to talk about. So that's really just what it is there.
Okay. Do you see a potential friendship with her maybe this season, or you're just like not really like you're not
Uh,
pressed for one, but
I'm not pressed for one. I'm
Mhm.
not looking for one. If we spend the entire time in the house and not speak to each other, fine. If we end up speaking, I'm still keeping my guard up because there's even like little stuff in the house. Like this one was caught on camera. I asked where the table was, not the bathroom. Okay. You got me. One little difference. Um, see, like, anyways, there was the incident with the money that was for Hollywood, where
Oh.
she told us at the table that she was waiting on the money, she doesn't expect to get it back, so on and so forth. And then when Hollywood did in turn give her the money, she didn't correct it. She still kept moving like, oh, we all
Oh.
shouldn't trust this one person. And then even little stuff like there was a cup of tea or a cup of hot water that was meant to be for tea, and she left it on the floor, and we were all looking at it all day until Nivi was like, "Hey, are you going to clean like your mess? Like the water's right there. It spilled a little bit. Are you gonna clean it?" And she was like, "Oh, should I go clean it? It's yours."
Mm.
Yes. So it's just
Okay.
little stuff like that. So nothing directly between the both of us,
Mhm.
but I'm cool not being friends or not being close or anything like that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Another question from the audience. Someone said, "How can viewers support you this season?"
Wow. That is such a deep,
Tell
like, little
right.
warming question.
Okay, so tell them what you want them to know. How can they support you this season?
I mean, support me by reposting. And
That yes, that would be very helpful, y'all.
please, if an episode drops or if IJGB Entertainment, I said that right, IJGB Entertainment, because
Mhm.
everybody's just saying it wrong. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get this right because this is what we're representing.
Mhm.
IJGB Entertainment post something, and even if you're fucking with it just like a little bit, go ahead and repost it. You know, it doesn't cost you too much unless if your story is already like at 20 different taps. Don't do that. I don't even watch those stories. But repost and then comment when it comes out if it's coming out on YouTube, even if it's just like a, oh, this was fun, or oh, great episode. Like that builds notoriety for the show, and that in turn helps support all of us and supports me. So definitely reshare, repost, and then word of mouth works too. If you really like the episode, don't keep it to yourself. What? Share the love.
There's a
Share the
lot.
entertainment.
Okay, so Yaya said there's a difference. I could have asked anyone where the bathroom was. You knew where the table was.
I'll give it to you because my point in saying that was that we're cordial enough where if you ask a question, I know the answer. I'm not going to ignore you to cause any beef. So thanks for clarifying that for everybody. The table was in the back. I'll let you know where it was.
All right.
Like,
Moving on. Someone said, "What are you passionate about that others aren't aware of?"
I think anyone who knows me in person knows that I'm aware of this, but I don't think it was caught a lot on camera. I generally enjoy dancing, whether it's like dancing in the middle of a circle at some party, or when I was younger, I used to dance in the church a lot. In undergrad, I was a part of African Heat. Shout out UIC, African Heat dance team. We performed all over the place before, the pandemic and the shutdown and everything. So I generally do enjoy to dance. My problem though is that every time I make a dance video, I'm like, ooh, and then I delete. So
Deleting, not the
I'd be
delete.
like, oh, why did you do that? And then boom. But I mean, I hope to get something posted at
Mhm.
some point someday. But I'm passionate about dancing for sure.
You should. What was it like when you met all the girls when we did the photo shoot and stuff? Because obviously y'all didn't, or you didn't maybe really know who was in the group chat except for maybe Yaya, but maybe not even then. So what was it like to kind of put faces to these kind of characters that you knew via text?
Yeah. So I mean, in the group chat, the only people's numbers I had saved were all the EPs except I think Suki, and then I had Chi Chi's number from before,
Mm-hmm.
and then Diamond sent her contact in. So that was literally it. So the day of the photo shoot, I don't know, I was kind of like trying to decide if I was just going to be chill or be like, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But as everyone started coming late, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna just stick to be ready for the camera because y'all played in my face,
Yeah, you
which isn't
was
a
actually
problem.
there before I switched. Kudos to you.
The thing is, I had a feeling, but like I was like, let me just make sure I'm there. I'm like, I could
Mm-hmm.
have put an extra layer of like setting powder on or something, but it is what it was. So the day of the photo shoot, meeting everybody, I think at first it was a little awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I mean no one was really like chatting or making jokes, and we were all just kind of like trying to figure out where we were even supposed to put our stuff and get started.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was after Diamond started taking photos where I was just more so like, okay, cool. What is this photographer doing? Because if anybody in this chat knows who he used, he's a little off a
Yeah,
little bit.
just a
So
little bit.
I think I made a comment like, now what is he doing? Or something like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
think Z had laughed at it. And as soon as she laughed at it, I was like, okay, cool. We all cool. Like, let's just start
Right,
being
let's just
ourselves.
break the ice a little bit.
Because it's no need to be like this intense. Then the music was on too. I'm like, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the drinks were flowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think from there, it kind of became more of like a warm, comfortable environment.
Uh-huh.
So it was pretty good from there. I was like, okay, we're all kind of vibey. We'll see what happens. But in the space where like we need to conduct business and have a good time here and make sure we get the photos out, get like the content out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Yeah. I feel like I agree. The vibe was definitely like a little, almost kind of walking on eggshells at first when everyone got there. But like you're
Mhm.
absolutely right. Once the music started playing, the drinks started flowing, everyone kind of loosened up. And I feel like by like the hour, like within the hour, everyone was on good vibes.
Yeah.
And Becca clearly agrees. She says heavy on off.
Wait, what do you mean by off?
I think because you said the vibes were off or something like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Becca. Correct me if I'm wrong. All
So they
right.
definitely were at first.
Mm-hmm. Another question though. Who do you think you're gonna get along with the most this season? Like, who do you think is gonna be kind of like your girl, your closest girl?
The
Oh,
photographer was off record.
yeah, he was.
Just to sir, and he
Yeah,
was there for last season too. And I don't know if I thought he learned his lesson or what, but it just
that's
he seemed
clearly just
even more
him
off.
though.
That's literally, and you know what? I can respect that he's him to his bone, but like, please be quiet. Um, I think Z is pretty chill. She
Hmm.
was one of the ones that we were just like having natural flowing conversation, and she's like a quiet type of funny person. I don't know if that makes sense. Thank
Hmm.
you, Rosa.
Yes.
She's like a quiet type of funny person. Like she'll say some things, and it's not funny, but the time that she chose to say it or the tone that she used, I'm like,
Hmm.
LOL. And then she's very much like the peacekeeper a little bit, I feel like. So
Hmm.
I think she's always going to try to, I mean, this is the thing, we see what happens, but she's always going to try to like suss out the situation and just kind of stay cool with everybody. And I
Hmm.
tend to like those type of people because like at the end of the day, yes, you have to be genuine with who you believe in and what side you want to take, but you also got to see like the other person's perspective.
Hmm.
And I just can't deal with a lot of closed-minded people, and I don't think she's one of them.
Okay.
And then also I think Diamond's a lot of fun. The whole photo shoot, we were just dancing together. So I definitely think that's the vibe. She's definitely somebody I'm about to be lit with. So
Hmm.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited this season as well.